when it says trafficked as a young child at 6 years old, sold by her own mother to Belgian pedophile ring, and you counted the number of hours you were raped that I saw, and used your words when you say this, 6 hours a week, 1,716 hours before the age of 12. I listened to that. I'm like, that is unbelievable to hear someone go through it, but that's your life. So if you don't mind, and I know this is not easy to do, if you don't mind taking a few minutes and sharing with the audience your story, and we'll take it from there.
A few minutes.
We'll be together for 2 hours, but the story.
Okay. Yes, essentially, my mother was mentally ill, I guess. Never diagnosed, and she was single at first, and I was abused very early on. She was married when I was 3, and then first this couple came into our lives. The woman was the cleaning lady, and she and her husband would take me on outings when I was 5. That started, and so that went on for a whole year. I didn't like them. I never wanted to go. I had to. My mother had my brother then. And after a year, they took me, they took me to an event, and it was immediately extreme. And it was in a castle. It was horrific. And my mother, I tried to tell her that bad things had happened. You know, I didn't have the language, obviously. It was just around my 6th birthday. And my mother then took over from these pimps. She then started driving me to locations. She would receive a call. She would drive me. I found out later that she was paid. These were in Belgium. For 3 years, I was just trafficked in Belgium, and the head of that, I call it the network, in Belgium was the Minister of National Defense at the time, Vanden Boeynant. And he used the children to get new people in, and also to give them sometimes to really, through blackmail.
You said he was the national defense. He became a 2-time prime minister later on, right?
Yeah.
So this is before he serves as a prime minister.
It might have been after also. He served twice, so yeah, I'm not sure.
Could have been before and after.
Yeah.
So at this point, when this is happening to you, you know who he is, or you don't know who he is?
No, I didn't know anybody at the moment. At that time, I didn't know who anybody was. I had no idea.
How did you learn about who they were afterwards?
In my adult life.
How, though?
Well, they were very easy to find. Most of them were very easy to find. I would just, if I remembered a name, I just started remembering people thanks to Google, really, just starting to Google and finding them very easily.
Just the faces you would recognize, or what was the method?
Yeah. Looking for their positions. I would know whatever I had. I would type that in, and then usually they would come up right away. That was the surprise. That was the big surprise, really, that I had no idea that they were this prominent when I was a child.